All right, test drives. Got them both out on the road, and this one here was perfect. I had to adjust the tie rod just a little bit, and I knew that because the handlebars were just a little bit crooked. Got that straightened out, working just fine. Everything was roses on this one. I took her up to about 70 miles an hour, and just great. So this one's completely ready to go. This one, torquey little motor, I'll tell you that. It's really geared tall too, because it seemed like I was taking off in third gear, but it really was first. So that was kind of something. But it's got lots of power, and she cruises down the road pretty good. And it went just great until it didn't. I got about 3 miles away, and so there's a strip where I usually take them up to about 65, 70 miles an hour to make sure that the wheels are balanced and all that stuff. And it sputtered just a little bit and then just died. And there's no electrical at all. I turned the key and she's just dead. So, number one suspect is something came haywire in the headlight. That's where I have the GPS speedometer hooked up. That's all plumbed through the headlight. And when I took that off, there was some wires that were taped up, and maybe, you know, something came loose and touched the housing, and that was it. So I didn't have any tools or anything. Well, I had a wrench, but you know, I wasn't going to troubleshoot it here out on the road. And crazy deal, I ended up walking. You have to go get the chase vehicle. So I walked all the way back to the shop here, about 3 miles. I think I had probably 60 cars go by, and I'm in the gravel on one side walking, and they're on the gravel on the other side of the highway or roadway. They must think I'm a gazelle or something, but they're zooming around me. Not one person stopped, which is typical. Until I got 2 blocks from the shop. The guy stopped and asked me if I needed help. And he said, I got some tools, I can help you get it going. I said, no, that's okay. I'm going to throw it in the trailer, bring her back to the shop here and troubleshoot it myself. That's fine. Went out there with the trailer, and geez, 2 guys pulled up and they helped me get it loaded. I couldn't believe it. It's funny though, just the way things work. But anyway, other than that, it was fine. It was fine. Steering is nice and straight. That worked good. It went down the road just fine. And I was just getting up to about 60 miles an hour, and then she went zing. And it would just instantly turn off the key. It would be exactly the way it acted. So I'm guessing it just popped the fuse, and I don't really know where the fuses are on this thing. I'm guessing, well, they're under the panel here on one side or the other. So it's 4:30. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Friday I'll come back in here and troubleshoot it. I'm sure it's something really minor. But other than that, boy, the thing was flawless. So yeah, it was a success. A little more suck than cess, but it's fine. All right, I found the glitch. I did find the tip over switch, which is right back here. You can't really see it. When you take the seat off, that switch actually falls out of there. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but typically when that goes bad, you still have power. It just won't start. It'll just crank forever, which is what it did after I fixed it. If you look back here, you see that red thing there? That's the main fuse. It sits on top of the start relay. That was blown. It's a 30 amp fuse, and that was popped. As soon as I replaced that, we have ignition. So, the golden question is, why did the fuse pop? So, we'll take it out for another test drive. Not today, because it's really cold out, probably tomorrow. And I will take a 6mm socket and an extra fuse, just in case. But I'm thinking, I did have the headlight apart, and that looked good, but I might take another look at that. And I pulled the speedometer housing off there to make sure that I didn't screw something up when I had that off, and that looks good. So I'm still thinking there was a wire in the headlight assembly that, touched somewhere where it shouldn't have. So I'm going to go back and look at all that wiring and see if I can figure out. I'd like to find something. I don't want to, turn this thing back to the owner and then all of a sudden he's out in the middle of the desert stranded, and that would be bad. So the good news is I found the glitch for now. Okay, I may have found it. As you can see, the USB thing is there, and there's a little pigtail behind it where I crimped a couple wires on there. But I noticed that there's some bare wire sticking past the little crimp, and this washer was in there. I think that got stuck between the two wires and shorted it out. Because it was kind of weird, because the thing didn't just die, it misfired a couple times and then it died. Like that thing was bumping against the wires and shorting them out and causing momentary interruptions before it blew. So hopefully that's it. It's always nice to find the cause of the issue. Everything else seems to be fine. I'm going to replace this wire. They put like a 30-foot USB cable on here to go from here to there. I've got some 12-inch ones, so I'm going to bring one of those and neaten that up a little bit.